Hi there guys, my name is Trevor Ilesley and welcome to the Dark Night of the Soul series. I had an interesting mail this morning, so I'm going to do a little YouTube to explain the question. And the question is why do I hate myself? And what do I do about the voices that are in my head? Now this is an interesting feature about the Dark Night of the Soul because I pose the question to you. Do you feel that there is something that is trying to take you over? Do you feel that your mind isn't yours? And the clue behind this is, when you're having dark thoughts and you start the question that says, why am I thinking these thoughts? That is the key to knowing that it isn't you that's thinking these thoughts. How could it be? It cannot be. This was one of the things that I went through. And it's an interesting thing to be the observer of your journey and to be the observer of your thoughts and see this conversation going off in your head between two opposites, it seems. So on one side of it, you've got the dark thoughts. And the other side, you have, let's call them the angel thoughts. The good thoughts. And you, as if you're not part of the conversation, are just sitting there watching and listening. There is a key behind this, in understanding this, and this is where the Bemeism process, the Bemeism is you, whilst there seems to be a fight going on within your mind. Truth and illusion, good and bad. Devils and demons and angels, whatever way we look at it, there is an opposite fight that is going on. And you're just listening to it. When this starts to happen, it is a good indication. Yes, I know it's terrible and it's hard to understand because it's new and it's different. But let me tell you something. For those who are going through the dark night of the soul, why would this be happening? And the reason behind this is your soul is a trophy. Your soul is trying to be captured by two opposing sides, and your job is to hold on to it. This is why there is a battle going on between good and evil, demons and angels, whatever way you want to put it. In this place, the darkness seems to be winning. The darkness seems to be the stronger one out of the two. And sometimes we have to question that and sort of think, where is the light? The light doesn't interfere too much whilst the darkness is doing its work on tricking you, fighting you, and trying to tell you that it's probably a good idea to end your life. Question this though. You're obviously saying to yourself, but I don't want to. One of the things you have to realize, when you are awakening, when your soul is arising to your life, darkness and dark spirits can attach themselves to you. So the more you hate yourself, the more dark spirit will attach to you. Now, whether you believe this or you don't believe this, if you do believe it, it means you're experiencing it. If you don't believe it, it's yet to come. Because in this darkness, you have to realize that, is life all there is? Is this what you're doing that is going to take you to the end of your life? Because the fear sets in that when you're in this place, you believe that it's going to last forever. I want you to ban that belief now. And hating yourself is also another question that you really do need to look at. You're hating yourself because you believe that you should be more and could be more. And you're hating yourself because there is a certain weakness in this dark night of the soul. Please don't do that. as a teacher, I'm telling you to not do that. No one told me, though, not to do that, and I wish they did. So I'm advising you to not do that. In actual fact, I banish you from doing that. And every time you hate yourself, and every time you entertain these dark thoughts, you're going to hear my voice say, don't do that. Stop that. Change it. Change your thoughts. Do not be captured. Because something is trying to capture you and your attention. The fight is on. And this is why it's so difficult to be able to explain what is going on. Because you can't explain it. It's too mad. It's too off the cuff. It only happens in movies, doesn't it? Not really. I think movies got it from the idea of people that feel that they're losing the plot. Maybe schizophrenia comes up with this because I do know that in my journey, hearing voices is a form of schizophrenia. So rightfully so. But that's just an identity. And that's another identity that we should look at. Because who is the voice and who are you communicating with? When you're going through the dark night of the soul, you have been chosen, as I've said to you. And you must be special somewhere along the line. Because I'm no different from you. I'm just a so-called man, a boy that grew up and experienced what he experienced. And then all of a sudden, life just didn't seem the way it used to. It shouldn't, though. Because when you're used to a program, you're scared of leaving it. It's like when you very first leave home, isn't it? Or going to get your first job and your first relationship. There's an excitement, but there's also elements of fear. Of, will I do well? Will I make myself look stupid? And will I let myself down? At the place that you're in right now, it's about being the warrior, and it's not about letting yourself down. You're in a process that you cannot control. You may have been able to control your job. You may have been able to control your relationship. You may at one point been able to control your mind and your emotions. You thought you was in control of your life. And you thought you had it all sewn up. Just the same as I did. I was happy with that. But now, in the dark night of the soul, can you understand you have no control whatsoever? The only thing that you can control at this moment is your reactions. Your reactions to how you perceive yourself at this moment. Because darkness loves you hating yourself. To confront the darkness is to love the self. When you hate yourself and you think bad thoughts about yourself and life, that is abuse on yourself. That is actually killing you. That is going to change your energy, and that is going to make you feel bad. Put it this way. Would you speak to your friend like that? You wouldn't really. Would you speak to somebody that came to you for advice? Would you tell them how much you hate them? You wouldn't do that. The fight, the two voices, or the many voices, it's good and bad. It's as simple as that. It's knowing what is good and bad, and what voice is yours. When we talk of spirituality, and we talk of spirit, and when you understand that spirit can get into you, that's another story, isn't it, altogether? Don't you find that incredibly strange? I did. It's scary to the point that something or someone can put thoughts into your mind. So who really is in control? That great idea that you may have come up with, was it yours? The idea of leaving home and leaving the country even, was that yours? Or was you set on a pathway that you thought you was in control? Now you have the choice, and you are being tested in that choice. You are the light. Big one, I know. But you are the light that this planet needs. And the reason why you're being plagued by darkness is because they don't want you being in the light. None of your friends want you to be in the light. Nobody. Your parents, your boss, nobody wants you to become all-knowing and gifted. Why? Because that will make them feel that their life is worth nothing. I betcha you are actually holding your light off. You're backing it down. You don't want to come out. You don't want to say what you really mean to say. I understand that. It's a painful journey. But you know what I realized? That was paining me. That was what was killing me. And my emotions were affecting my body big time. So there is the power of the words. There is the power of spirit entering your system, engaging with you to believe you're in control. Now the interesting thing is, do you believe in spirit? Do you believe you are going somewhere when you leave here? So what do you think the dark night of the soul is all about then? There are two places on the other side. I know. I've been taken there and I've seen it. Now these two places are like the two places in your mind and the two experiences that you are enduring at this moment. One is a normal life, a human life, and one is your spiritual life. On the other side is exactly the same. You have what you would call the normal side. And on the normal side, I'm going to teach you a little bit about what I saw on the other side. There is a bridge. And in the distance of this bridge is what I call the Light Palace. Now it cannot be fully seen because it's an image that cannot be fully explained. But the way that it shimmers, its shades of silver glisten in its own light. Spirit has no form as we know. You are spirit in form and you have energy. I had two choices when I came to this bridge. Did I look down or did I keep walking? When I looked down, I could hear people calling my name. Trevor, come this way. Trevor, me old mate. It's me, David. All these names and the voices were very familiar. But when I looked down, it was too dark. I knew something wasn't right. And that moment, I looked down, I saw these dark hands come out and try to sweep my feet away to drag me in. Just my story. But this is happening to you now in the dark night of the soul. You want to grow. You want to change the level of your consciousness. You want to come out of the programming and the belief systems that you've been taught to understand and adhere to and work your life by. No. That is darkness trying to trap you. Healing yourself, understanding the dark night of the soul, leads you to the Silver Palace within. You can call it the Kingdom of Heaven within, if you like. Because if I said this to you, do you feel like you are having a holy war within you. Many will. Many of you won't. Maybe you haven't got to that stage yet. But as I said earlier on, this is a fight. And your trophy is the soul. So are you going to give it up easy? Or is that one thing you're going to hold on to? Because for me, as a warrior, as a fighter, as somebody that had a tough time in life, that was not for sale. They took everything. I lost everything. I had nothing. No home, no car, no phone, no girlfriend, no mind, no job, no career, and no thoughts that I could call my own. Everything was gone. I questioned, what on earth do I have left? I have nothing left. Everything is gone and broken. And yes, I hated myself. And I understand. And I could cry with you. It's a painful journey. And in man's weakness to feel that he's let himself down, or even his family, it's a big one. Big boys don't cry, huh? I cried a river for many years. I needed to, because the pain that I endured through what you would call normal life was just too much. Why was it too much? It was my soul that was weeping. My internal teacher was crying. Why? Because I didn't know how to listen. I didn't know how to hear the teacher within me. Basically, I didn't know how to hear my own divinity. The dark night of the soul is teaching you to heal yourself and to understand the mind and to understand your emotions and to step back into your life and sort of think, that's all I am. I have emotions and I have thoughts. And it's what I do with these thoughts and emotions that determines who I am. I made it my goal. I wasn't going to give up. And everything went, but my soul, no. That actually isn't mine to give. That belongs to my maker, my creator. Call it God if you like. I like mine. Be me God. My be me guide. My be me energy, my teacher. That's who I was wanting to listen to. And through listening to this inner self is an incredible journey of communication. I call it I see be me. The letter I, C, B, M, E. I see Bemeism. Intelligent communication, body-mind energy. I am an intelligent, conscious, body-mind energy. Now, I see be me. I can be me. I can't be me. In conflict, body-mind energy. In control, body-mind energy. For the first time in your life, you're having to control this mind and your emotions. Because when you have looked back on your life, because that's what you should be doing, the dark night takes you back and it oversees what you've said, what you've done, how you reacted, how you've been treated, who you loved, and who you hate. This is the trial and this is the test. To get to the point, though, of loving it all is a journey, and it is an incredible journey. I can say that I took that pathway. Maybe that's the reason why I got to see the Silver Palace. Let's talk about the Silver Palace for a little moment, because I want to give you something to aim for, because this life just isn't it. There is more. It is true. If you have just seen just one ghost, one spirit in your life, it's enough to let you know that there is something. If you have felt just one feeling, a whisper, a sound that got your energy to believe that you was not alone, that's enough. Connect to your dark night. Do not try to escape the dark night. That is like running away from the teacher. I know you want to go back. You want to go back to the being you once knew. Can't happen. It will never happen. If you can take that out of your mind, then you're on the winner. Because the fight is you're trying to get back who you used to be. It doesn't matter what tragedy has happened. We've had tragedies. But you're trying to save yourself now. You are the main interest now. Nobody can really help you. I can guide you, and you can hear my voice, and you can see whether or not you believe what I speak is true or not. Will you use your mind to judge what I say? Will you feel it in your emotions to feel what I say? Or will you just know that what I say, there is something within you that is believing the same within yourself? I am no different from you, and you are no different from me. Doesn't matter what the story. It actually doesn't even matter what sex we are. Because when you become a beamy being, I see neither. I see neither man nor woman. I'm neither. I am a beamy. And you will also become a beamy being, a beautiful mind entity. At the moment, you have a bad mind energy or bad mind emotions. Check out the YouTube on Balance My Emotions, Balance My Ego. With the two voices. Here is a statement for you that I discovered, that I put together, that was given to me. There's many ways to see in this journey, and I have to say it all the three ways. Become mindfully empty. If you do meditation and you find that meditation doesn't really kick it, you have to be careful in meditation. Why? Because that allows spirit to come even closer if you are not in control. Become mindfully empty. Who do you want to tune into? Who do you want to listen to? Who do you want to communicate with? Self. Only self. Pose your question to yourself and be honest and wait for the answer. No matter how bad that answer is, you have to understand the life that you have been leading, the journey that you have been experiencing, and I mean fully. Back to the Silver Palace. It's wonderful. It is a place of molecule structure. It's fluid. It moves and shimmers. It's an aspect of who you are. This is the place where all light, energies, angels, good people, healed people, is a place that they have took on their journey because their levels of consciousness have grown beyond anything that you could have ever imagine about being a human being. This is where I gained all of my information. But I also want to say to you something as well. This was just the trigger. Inside of you, in your DNA, which is your awakening, and I'm going to call DNA Dark Night Awakening. I'm coining that because the Dark Night Awakening is the truth of where you're at. These dark spirits and these angelic spirits want you to wake up. And first you will wake up to darkness, and so rightfully so. You will discover that this world is really dark. When I woke up, I thought I'd died and gone to hell. This was not the place I was used to seeing. It was awful. People were awful. I'd never known so many people to lie and bullshit, and not even know they are. No idea about life, and not a care in the world of what they say to you. They were soulless, it seemed. There was nothing about them that was solid in a way where they just didn't make sense. So how many of yous out there are walking around this world and people are affecting you? They affect your mind, they affect your body, they affect your energy, and they stunt your growth. They will hold you back. You've probably already discovered that people are being pulled away from you, your friends, including family. It's a good place. I know it feels a bit strange to believe that where's my best mate gone? Or the love of my life? Why did we break up? Trust me when I say, it's all meant to be. The journey is leading you somewhere. It may not lead you to where you think. It will lead you to somewhere far greater. Your thoughts are not going to compute on where you're going. Letting go is the key though. Letting go of what though? Letting go of hating yourself. Letting go of feeling that you are not good enough. Letting go of your emotions. Letting go of the dark thoughts that you are entertaining. I had two choices. I could have been a very good dark wizard. It was easier. I couldn't do it though. It pained me too much to be that dark. And I denied all their gifts. However and whichever way they were presented, I turned away from them, and even though I had nothing, I still turned away from them. I knew there was more. And I know you believe there is also more. You know, deep within you there is something. I want you to hold on to that. No matter what them dark thoughts are telling you, no matter how you're feeling, no matter what's going on in your life, you hold on to that. Because that, my friend, is your soul. And that spark of energy, that spark of spirit, that spark of life is buried beneath the shit that's been piled on top. Your job is to go in and save that soul of yours, and you're going to dig deep. And your knuckles are going to be bruised and bleeding by moving bricks and boulders that you will have to clear to find that teacher within you. It says, come and save me. You may be looking up to the heavens asking for something to save you. No. The Dark Night teacher wants you to save you. This is the first time you are going to hold your hand out to yourself and know that you and your soul are going to become the greatest companions you have ever known. You will honor that, and you will walk side by side, hand in hand, And as you come up through that dark tunnel of darkness, he will teach you, or she will teach you, the greatest enlightenment, the greatest gifts you have ever known. It touches. It is a gift beyond. And it's incredible. It's a moment when you truly feel divine and connected. And at that moment, you will truly have found yourself. And that's when you will know. That is spirit. And that is your spirit. I'm going to sign off and enjoy my moment. And I've shared that moment with you to let you know there's more of me to come. I'm not giving up yet. Send me your questions. Anything that you need to know or understand, I will do my best to help you, show you, guide you, and teach you, and share with you what I discovered that I couldn't find in any book. I am the book. I could even be the dark night itself sitting here talking to you. But I'd like to put the letter K in front of that night, the dark night. Because you are a night, and it will almost seem like that you have been knighted. Who will do the knighting? Your spirit, and your spirit guides and your helpers, including your higher self. It all means the same thing. It doesn't matter what identity you give it. My identity is called Be Me. It's the most truthful thing I've ever discovered. And it took me a long time to take 3 letters, 2 words, B-M-E, to find the truth of who I am. And this is who I am, and I believe in me. Why? Because I didn't read it from some book. I didn't go and learn it from somewhere else. I delved in, and I found my truth. And even though people think I'm a nutter, maybe they think I've lost the plot. Do you know what? I'm glad they think that, because you know what? I know I'm on the right pathway. And as soon as that happens to you, you are on the right pathway. Thank you for listening. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. But from one Be Me to another Be Me, take the journey. There are great rewards. Speak to you soon, or Facebook me on Trevor Ilesley, teaching Bemeism. Be Me is, it's the new religion, you know. It's the new self. You gotta get into the self, because you will be pleasantly surprised with gifts and wisdom and knowledge and understanding that you have never known. And all we need to do is just understand the darkness, because the darkness is your greatest teacher. Listen to it well, and I mean listen. Feel the darkness, because the teachings come within your feelings. Become friends with your darkness, because darkness wants to be loved, and it wants to be understood. And once it's understood, darkness shows you the way to the light. Because once you understand darkness, light reveals itself. Darkness is like a deep overcoat, a concrete overcoat. And once you understand the power and the gift of that darkness, he will bow down to you, and you will reveal your own light. And you and darkness, the light of you and darkness, become one. This is what it means to become one. You cannot have one without the other. Until then, enjoy your journey, and I will see you very soon. So be me from me, and be me to you. Take care.